Frequency Matters, the RF and microwave industry update video series. I'm Kristen Anderson, and I'm here with my co-host, Gary LaRude. Gary, the last time we hosted this show together, we were at the MTTS show in Phoenix.
Yes.
Back in May. How has the start of your summer been since then?
It's been good. It's slowed down to a nice pace. You know, the spring was so hectic. We had the ED Icon show in Beijing, then IMS.
Oh,
We had two issues in May. We had, of course, April and June, so it just felt like a treadmill. And it's settled in. The weather's nice, as you know, generally, and so it's going well. How about your summer?
Oh, my summer started off with a bang. I went on a road trip right after the MTT show. So we visited Houston, New Orleans, that's the new shirt.
There you go.
And Hershey, Pennsylvania.
I saw that one photo you sent us of breakfast in New Orleans.
Oh, such good food in New Orleans. Any time of day.
Right.
But since mid-June, we've been back in the office, and it sure has been busy, like you said. There's a lot going on in the RF microwave world. So why don't we start by going through some of the products featured in the June issue?
Yes, last Frequency Matters, Pat and I talked about the technical articles. Let's cover the product features. We have three. One is a Keysight instrument that combines a vector network analyzer and a spectrum analyzer. And of course, you can imagine with two instruments in one, it makes it much more convenient to make those measurements and much more time efficient, as well as less cost for the equipment. Also in the equipment space, a company called Farron Technology, based out of Cork, Ireland, has developed a frequency extender that covers the 60 gigahertz band, which is growing a lot for wireless data links, high data rate data links. And Farron allows their frequency extenders to be paired with a lower cost vector network analyzer that doesn't have coverage to 60 gigahertz. And then going to the semiconductor space, Freescale several months ago announced two products. They're the highest power RF devices in plastic. So they have a 600 watt device and a 1250 watt device in plastic for basically up to 600 megahertz coverage. And interestingly enough, it seems a little counterintuitive, the thermal performance in plastic is actually better than it would be in ceramic, so it makes the devices more reliable. So those are the product features in our June issue. How about the tech briefs?
Tech briefs, right. We had two tech briefs in our June issue. One is on Pasternak Enterprises' new USB-controlled amplifiers, attenuators, and switches. They're controlled and powered by a convenient USB 2.0 port with driverless installation. Pasternak has released two models of each component that cover extremely wide frequency bands up to 40 gigahertz. The second tech brief is a new line of high-frequency surface mount cavity filters that are for small-scale, low-profile system integration by RLC Electronics. And these are designed to eliminate the need for coaxial connectors. They utilize RF pins or PC boards to save space, cost, and weight, and improve the electrical performance. So how about online? Is there anything to report online?
Well, I'd like to make a plug for a blog post I wrote. There's, of course, a lot of interest in the industry today about gallium nitride. And through some conversations I've had and also opportunities to see what people are doing at the Microwave Symposium in Phoenix, I've kind of put together some thoughts about the maturity of gallium nitride. One of the topics, or one of the areas that's very competitive now, is the base station. And gallium nitride is competing with LDMOS to secure a large market share of the base station. So that's interesting. So I would encourage folks to read that blog post and leave your comments at the bottom. And you can find it on our website if you go to the Microwave Journal website and search.
Yeah, I think the blogs are all under the community menu option. So
that's true.
Join the
That's
community.
True. So how about news? What have you been following?
Interestingly, I thought last week at the Freescale Technology Forum, Freescale introduced an innovative household appliance. So this is a smart connected RF cooking concept that controls where, when, and how much heating energy is directed at food. Now, this RF cooking technology can also enable OEMs to create products that will cook food at the same time, all different, multiple amounts of food at the same time.
On the same plate?
And in the same appliance. I don't know if it's on the same plate, maybe there'll be levels, but isn't that interesting how they can direct the energy for the different types of food that's in there, just pack it all in and put the timer on.
Fascinating.
I guess it should be faster too.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah, maybe we could be a beta site to test it.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything in the news?
One news item that we should mention in the mergers and acquisitions area, it was announced that Global Foundries has completed their acquisition of the IBM semiconductor business. So that was announced last year, but it's taken a while to get all the regulatory approvals, and effective July 1st, IBM Semi Business is now part of Global Foundries.
Exciting.
Right.
Continues.
So I think we should also mention our EDICon show in China is next April, but we have just released the announcement, the call for papers. So we want to encourage our viewers to give some thought to papers, practical papers that engineers would enjoy seeing, and you can submit an abstract, and we encourage you to give some thought to that because we've got a few months before the deadline.
Information on that also on our website.
On our website,
Yeah,
right.
probably right in the homepage.
Right.
Good.
So what else is on the calendar?
Webinars. I don't know if any of you noticed, but we had 9 webinars in June. It was a
Very busy.
really busy time, a lot of topics that were covered, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew they are available for viewing on demand for about 6 months' time, and you can access these webinars under the archives page under webinars on our website. But also July, we have 6 webinars in
Wow.
July, so it's going to continue. I think August might be a quiet month, but July there's a lot of webinars. Topics like understanding new pulse analysis techniques, and also new thermoset PCB materials that improve millimeter wave performance and reliability while reducing cost. So there's several webinars in July. That's just a couple of topics that are covered. And the full schedule for July is also on our events page with links to register.
The webinars I host are always very interesting. I always learn something, so encourage folks to check that out.
Yep, I hope they do.
So anything else, or is that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap for this episode.
Well, we want to thank you for watching, and we want to thank our sponsor, Mini Circuits, for sponsoring this episode. You can find information about their products on their website at minicircuits.com. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Frequency Matters.